Hi there, this is Jennifer Carter with Newport This Week, and I am here today with Eleni Cooper. She's a student at Rogers High School, and we wanted to chat with her a little bit about getting ready to go back to school. How are you, Eleni?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. So how are you feeling about, how are you feeling last year at the end of the school year when school was cut short?
Um, when we first just kind of got you'll be going home for 2 weeks, most of us expected not much longer than that. We thought for sure we'd be back by the end of April, definitely by the end of the school year. And so Mr. Carlino called it. He said we wouldn't be back, and he was right. And kind of the longer it went on, it was a little bit just like it I don't even know how to describe the feeling really of just like, oh, no prom. Oh, seniors don't get to have a graduation. Oh, maybe we won't even go back next year. It kind of snowballed a little bit more than we all expected. But it was gradual enough that I think we were kind of able to get used to it, but it's still a bit of a bummer every once in a while to think about, oh, we missed out on a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, and I had seen a video that you put together. Mr. Vance had shared it with me, and it was really fantastic. So at the end of this time that we talk, we're going to go ahead and share with the audience the video clip because I think it's very poignant. It talks a little bit about how you were feeling last year. So what are you doing this summer? Like, what's your summer look like?
I've been keeping pretty busy. I have a part-time job with Signs by Goff down in Middletown. I help them. I'm pretty into graphic design. I do the NACTIC program with Mr. Connell at Rogers, Advertising Design and New Media. So I have some illustrator and design skills sets already. And so I got set up with this job where I just help them out with, making up signs and all that sort of stuff. I also have been dancing at Newport Academy of Ballet since I was like 5 years old. And so the Island Moving Company, who's the company associated, has had me and one of my friends, Maggie Cohen, on as marketing interns this summer to help them just with their social media accounts. And we've been going around. They're doing a dance film at the moment. So we're just going to their rehearsals. We're filming clips of kind of behind the scenes. And I've also, for my senior project, I've decided to help Bill Kimes on his campaign for an at-large seat in the Newport City Council. I am helping him just kind of with his design stuff. I made his logo and his t-shirts and his signs and all of that stuff. It's been really fun. He helped me out with running Young Voices at Rogers over the past year. And so I was really excited to help him out with that. And I think that he would be a fantastic city council member.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I have to say, you're probably one of the busiest students that I have met. And you obviously like to be out in the community and doing things. And that's fantastic. And I saw one of the signs. Bill Kimes had contacted me about signs, and it looks fantastic. It seems like you're definitely on the right path, and it seems like you really like it a lot. Let me just step back and ask you a couple more questions. Like, how are you feeling about what's going on right now, the pandemic, and then getting back to school? Are you wearing your mask when you go to all these jobs?
Yeah, I am wearing my mask. It's like a requirement, obviously, because like we have people coming into the sign shop, and then as far as like legally being allowed to dance again, we've got to follow all the rules. And even when I'm not around, when I'm at the grocery store, when I'm walking around, I live right near the cliff walk. Anytime I go to the cliff walk, I always put on my mask every time, even if I'm like not near people. I mean, if I'm on a completely open street just strolling along and for miles, I might take it off for a second, but it's good to get in the habit of always wearing it, even though it's a little sweaty, a little gross. Like the more you wear it, the more you get used to it, and it's really, really important.
Yeah, I hope that students are getting used to it now before they go back to school. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I know that most of us walking around town wish that everybody did what you're doing and wear their mask all the time. I do try to wear mine, and I do take it off when people aren't around, but I feel like it's so basic. So I think people do need to be a little more cognizant of that. Let's see, I'm trying to think. So what grade are you in this year?
I'm a rising senior, so I'm in the middle of, college search stuff right now, which is really, really fun virtually.
Are you worried about getting back into the school with everything that's going on? Do you feel like it's a risk, or do you really want to get back there with the other students? Like, how are you feeling about that?
I feel like it's definitely a big risk. I think just going back 100% really is stressful to me. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that, but to some extent, I think getting back into the building would be nice. At least maybe seniors having an opportunity to chat with college advisors and guidance counselors and stuff, and freshmen coming into the building not really comfortable. I think limited amounts of some people coming back to the building would be really, really nice, but we just got to be really cautious with it, I think.
Yeah, probably a lot of mask wearing and trying to stay socially distant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you spending some time with me today, and I'm so excited for our audience to be able to see the video that you made at the end of the last school year. I think it's very poignant, and it kind of shows the emotion and the psychology behind maybe how some of the students are feeling at the end of the school year. And I think our audience is going to really enjoy the video clip. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that we'll be able to catch up with you again soon. And I definitely think you're going to be successful. I'm excited for you with your career path in the graphic design. Honestly, with all the things I've seen, you're going to go far with that. So thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is different. There's so much change we simply never saw coming. I remember the last day we were together in the school building back in March. We sat waiting all day to hear the announcement that school would be closed for 2 weeks. Some were excited, others concerned about upcoming trips, others completely indifferent, expecting to relax at home for 2 weeks and then come back to a disinfected school like nothing had ever happened. Clearly, we didn't see this coming. For many of us, it was a hard transition. We became couch potatoes. We went days without leaving our rooms. Our eyes started to glaze over from days of never looking away from a screen. They canceled prom. We permanently moved classes online. The whole world stopped. After the first few weeks, after this stopped feeling like school vacation, I felt trapped, suffocated by the four walls of my bedroom. I had this overwhelming need to just find somewhere to take up lots of space, where I could stretch my arms as far as they would reach. At some point, I was just so sick of everything that I put on my shoes and left the house. I walked until I found somewhere quiet to sit. I sat there for at least an hour. I just sat and looked at the ocean. I listened to music. Something as simple as that, listening to the songs I used to play every day in the car on the way to school, it really put things into perspective for me. I sat and just thought about everything. About life before and life now. That walk really changed quarantine for me. We've been dwelling so much. We're stuck in what we've lost. We miss our friends, sports, going out to eat. We even miss school. Everyone's biggest takeaway from all of this has been that we take too much for granted. Right now, all we can think about is how much we're going to appreciate everything when it comes back. All the things we would give all the money in the world to get to do again. But if the lesson is gratitude, if the lesson is living in the moment, what's stopping us from starting right now? A few months ago, there's nothing we wanted more than a day off, some time to breathe, a mental health day. Life moved so fast for so long, we need to take advantage of this time, now. Breathe, get out of the house. Sometimes a short walk can be the exact thing that you need to solve your cabin fever and give you some perspective. Since my first walk, I walk to the ocean as often as I can. I listen to my favorite songs and find new spots to sit and take in the view and the sunset and the sound of the waves. We spent every day of high school running from one place to the next, stressing out about homework, always cramming extra tasks into the free pockets of the day, not taking a breath until 9 or 10 at night on a good day. We ran on drained batteries for weeks at a time, and a single free day, one 3-day weekend, was something we looked forward to for months. Now we have time. There's no commute from place to place. We can build our own schedules for the day. We can take a breath when we need to. As much as we miss spending time with our friends, as much as it sucks to be missing proms and graduations and going to the beach with our friends and everything else, someday when you have to start waking up at 6 a.m. again, you'll be missing today more than you think. This time has been all about realizing what we had now that we don't have it. Don't let the little things about your life now go unappreciated as well. Take a walk. Have a spa day. Call the relatives you never used to have time to catch up with. Spend quality times with the ones you are at home with all day. Try to find new ways to make birthdays special. Take the time to relax and give your mind the break it needs. As much as you should take advantage of this extra time, remember to allow yourself to do absolutely nothing if you need to. Sometimes that's the most important thing you can do for yourself, and now you have the perfect excuse. Always remember that time you enjoyed wasting wasn't actually wasted. Reclaim this time. Make it as healing and calming and enjoyable as you possibly can. Learn from the mistakes we made. Don't wait to leave the house again to start appreciating what you have. We'll see our loved ones, we'll go shopping, we'll have our lives back soon. We'll never have this time again. Don't let it pass you by.